Today we're going to show you an example of the delivery process, and that's how to take deliveries, get them scheduled, and then get them picked for delivery for the day that you're going to be making those deliveries. So this is going to be for a warehouse that uses both carts and lifts, not carts exclusively. So let's get started here, and this process starts on the truck delivery desktop. That's I-081. So I'm going to go over there, enter my code, and you can see that the first thing it's going to do, it's going to default to tomorrow's deliveries, which today is July 5th. Tomorrow would be the 6th. And it's showing me those deliveries that were scheduled already for tomorrow. We're not going to do this day. I'm going to show you a different day, but this is kind of what it would look. If it was already scheduled, you get the deliveries here. If the deliveries were not yet scheduled, you would see a blank screen here under the date that you're looking for. So before we go there, I'm going to take you down these buttons down here at the bottom, I guess left to the center of the screen, are the different types of things that you can do and some of the steps you're going to be taking to get this process done. So I'm going to start off just kind of showing you this first one here, requested deliveries. And if I put in my code and click run inquiry, it's going to come up with a summary here of all the delivery days we've got coming up. And if you read across the lines, it's telling you that the maximum deliveries on this day is 40. There are 13 scheduled. One of them's a cancellation. Uh, and if there were pickups or exchanges or service calls, it would show you those numbers right here, right? So it gives you a nice summary of what's coming up. We're going to be doing the 20th, which is right here. So I'll show you what's there now. It says 12 there, but once it comes up, you're going to see that it's not quite 12. This is a database here that we're playing with. Well, actually, it's showing me a good amount of them. So what this is showing you is all the different deliveries on that date. There are only 4 that are actually active here, and I'll show you that as we go a little further down. But let's take this one here. If you click on the arrow to the left, it will take you over to the invoice copy screen, and you can see all the information on the customer's invoice, what they bought and everything else, and all the buttons that let you take you to different parts of the customer's information in the account. Okay, just wanted to show you that. So let's go back here, and we're going to take that July 20 and go ahead, and I'm going to click escape here, get out of there. So the first thing you're going to go to schedule deliveries is right here on auto schedule deliveries. And that's going to bring up this screen here. And one thing to remember is as the salespeople are making their sales and giving delivery dates, those are really delivery requests. Obviously, if everything goes right, those requests turn into scheduled deliveries. But the Infinity X is not going to let a delivery get scheduled if it doesn't meet the minimum qualifications. So one would be that we have the merchandise in stock. The second would be that the customer has paid whatever portion of their down payment that they need to pay. That there's nothing, no COD still outstanding, or cash before delivery needed. And the third is that the verifications department has completed the verification of the customer's information. If those do not happen, then you are not going to get a delivery for that date. But we can check on those things and get the proper people to take care of those a few days before the delivery starts. All right, so to schedule these deliveries, I'm going to let it know the date and tell it that we are doing this for all deliveries. Now, if you wanted to, um, if you wanted to run this and not schedule the deliveries, you can click right here on this do not schedule deliveries button. And it would run this report. It would give you the report, but it would not schedule the deliveries. And you ask why you would want to do that. Well, maybe 2, 3 days before the delivery date, you want to run this just to see which deliveries cannot be scheduled. If the customer owes money, you may want to talk to the salesperson or manager at a store to get in touch with those customers to make sure they get their money in. If you don't have the stock and are not expecting it before that date, you might want to reschedule that delivery. And for the verifications department, if they have some things they need to get done quickly, somebody may want to push them a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and try to schedule this. So this report is going to take probably about 30 or 40 seconds to run. Um, and what it should give me is a report with all of the information or all of the deliveries that need to be scheduled. The ones that can't be scheduled, it would also give me a report on those so somebody can work those. All right, so there is the report. You can see, I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deliveries. And I'm going to delete a couple of them because they're not in the test database. So let me go back and do that first. So here now we're going to go to the 20th. Remember last time I told you there was nothing there yet because it hadn't been auto scheduled. Now it should show me deliveries for that day, and here they are. So the ones, going to that one, I have 4 test cases that I set up for this one, and there were already a couple others in there, so I'm going to remove the ones that weren't there. Let's see. The other one is, all right. So this is what you would have as your 4 deliveries for that day. The next thing that you would do is, and you can see that it's sending them right here. If you look up, each delivery has some information. So these are all being sent to door number 1. And the number stops, this is, because we eliminated that first stop, this is door stop 2, 3, 4, 5. This will actually be 1 when it's all done, but this would be the series. You can go in there and change them by resequencing there. If I wanted to change this and make it a later stop, I can do that. I can just change that to 3, and that would reverse the order of those. Again, this is if you're doing this manually. Most of you will be using dispatch track to do your scheduling. I could also, if I wanted to split these up and I wanted to put them on 2 trucks, I could tell it, this is door number 1, but I really want this stop on the other door on truck number 2, let's say, right? So that's how I would do that and split this into 2 if I were doing it manually. Like I said, I'm not going to do this manually. We're going to leave it as is. But the next step that would happen is right here, this dispatch track button. You would click that, enter your date, deliveries, and then you're going to click the export button. That export button is going to automatically take all your deliveries that you have for this day, export them out to dispatch track. Dispatch track will do their work, route your loads, and split them up into trucks. And when they're done, you click the import button and you'll bring them back into Infinity and you will have them all organized by truck and route sequence in Infinity, right? Since this is a test, we're not connected to dispatch track right now, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it in the order that it's in. So now we've got everything back. We're ready to go. And now we need to get that merchandise picked into the warehouse and into out to the docks. And so we're ready to now um, create this picking. So I'm going to click create picking button, enter my code, again, enter the date that we are picking for. And if I leave this bottom part here blank, which probably be the case most of the time, when I click the create task, it's going to go out there and create the picking for that day. Now, if I had, 10 trucks running and there are two of them that are going to go out a long ways and I want to get them out early and or quickly get that picking done first, I can always go in here and enter the door numbers that I want to pick right now. So I can only enter those two doors and it would only create the picking for those items. And then I can go back and get the rest of it, after we're done with the two doors. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick for everything. So when I click create task, it's going out there and it's telling me all task pick sheets have been created. So when we say tasks, those tasks is the picking. They are now should be ready to go to the people that are doing the picking should be able to get those up on their scanning guns and get directions on what to pick. So I'm going to go out here now and this screen represents a scanner. This is what you would see, so I'm kind of faking it. I don't have the real scanner here to show you. And so I enter my code, and as you remember from the other scanning videos, the scanning happens based on what you do in the warehouse. So these are all job functions. When you put yours in, it's going to give you the tasks that have been assigned to you in priority, I should say, that the company wants them done. So I'm going to go in and say I'm a Lyft driver because I'm going to be picking for the next day. And I am on Lyft 9001 and I'm working aisles, let's say 100 to 120. Again, if work to be done in those aisles will be assigned to you. People assigned to other aisles will get the work in those aisles. If you're the only one, or if the other people don't, or if you're the only one working, you will still get aisles outside of here. The system will notice that there's nobody else out there that you need to do more than the 1 to 120, and it will manage that process. So I'm going to say save, continue, and here are those 4 stops. They each had one piece of merchandise, and here they are. And again, it's giving me in the order that it wants me to handle these. So I'm going to go out and pick these. And so let's say I'm going to click on the ones that I want to pull onto my cart. And it's giving me the location, and this is the invoice, and the model number, and the SKU. Okay, so as I click them, they're going to turn yellow. I'm going to say that I'm going to pick up these 2 pieces first. They're both in the same, well, they're next door to each other, I should say. So I'm going to go get those 2. I'll click Save, Continue, and I will scan the item, and I'm going to tell it which bin location I am picking it from. Now, you're asking why do I need to tell it that? If it's telling me where to go get it, well, when you get there, it's possible that it's not there. That it was in, somebody misplaced it, or it's just missing and you have to go get it from another bin. So you do need to fill this in. I typed it in because I don't have a bin location to scan. You will scan it with the scanner. You'll scan the piece ID in the bin. It'll take, 2 seconds to do that. So it's very quick. So I'm going to say save, continue. And I'm going to go get now that second piece that's right next door. And again, let it know what bin I'm taking, whoops, what bin I'm taking it from. And if you notice what it gave me here, it brought up another piece because it recognizes that I'm in the same aisle, that 101 aisle. So it says, look, if you've got room on your car, on your lift, you want to go get another piece before you go out there, here's where it is and here's what that item is. And it's telling me right here in big bold letters that this is extra. So this is not more than what I asked for, but I can do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. This one is a television, and I'm getting it from aisle 101, 802. And I'm going to say save, continue, and it sees that the fourth piece that we're going to pick is on that same aisle. I'm going to say, you know what, my lift is full. I can't fit that one anymore. So when I click lift full, it's bringing up those three pieces because again on my scanner, because I am now driving that over to the location that I'm going to take it, which was door number 1. And that should tell us that. Oh, I guess it doesn't have it on there. This is taking us to door number 1, so we're going to go over there again. And again, I would scan this. One. And I'm taking to door number 1. And I'm going to say save, continue. And it's going to turn it yellow because I've already completed that task. Door number 1 again. And the last piece I'm also leaving at door number 1. Done. So I still need to let the system know that my lift is empty here. And it takes me back and says, okay, your lift's empty. Go back and get this piece now. And again, it's telling me where to go get it. Right? And look over here. It also tells you the door to take it to. This is a test, so it's actually telling me door 19 right here, but it would be telling me the correct door. All right, so the last piece, let's get rid of that one. We're going to pick it, go to the location, and that one was refrigerator, and we are getting it from. So that's the only piece there, so it's telling me, okay, now go take it to the door, and at the door I say that this is what I'm leaving here. And door number 1, continue. My lift is empty. I have nothing left to do. Now, when more work comes in that's assigned to me, I would either put away or pick, and it will guide me on what to do. But that is it in terms of scheduling and getting everything picked and to the doors. There will be follow-up, additional videos, I should say, on getting it from the door into the truck and the different types of checking that you can do. And then there'll be an additional video also on when those trucks get back, how to reconcile the deliveries, how to take merchandise back. So that's this video. Thank you.